The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same result. Albert Einstein. Not really. According to the Professor Buzzkill History Podcast, there's no evidence that Einstein ever said this. The definition of insanity, quote, first appeared in 1981 in a document published by Narcotics Anonymous, warning its readers against continued narcotics use. When it comes to narcotics use, this is sound advice. Unfortunately, this definition of insanity has made its way into our collective unconscious and often affects the way we think about our own efforts. Earlier this summer, I somewhat on impulse bought a slackline. For the uninitiated, think tightrope that you tie between two trees, but more seatbelt than actual rope. Working from home has allowed me to practice however often I want in the backyard, provided the weather is nice enough. When it comes to learning how to walk across a slackline, there isn't much learning. You can watch a few YouTube videos to get some helpful hints and tips, but even then, your first 20 or so tries on the line feel equally as impossible. The only way for you to improve is to try the same thing over and over again with seemingly no improvement. In his book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being, legendary music producer Rick Rubin writes, "The person who makes something today isn't the same person who returns to the work tomorrow." I would also argue that the person who steps on the slackline at one moment isn't the same person who fell off a few moments ago. Ever so slightly, our minds and bodies are adjusting in ways that we can't perceive to make our next try a bit different than the one before. If you watched a man make attempt after attempt to walk across a tightrope with no improvement, you might think him insane until one day he does it. You still might think that he's insane, but you'd be impressed for sure. I think this is a part of what people call trusting the process. Rapper, producer, and entrepreneur Jay-Z said, "The genius thing that we didn't give up." People might think you're insane, but get back on the line, trust the process, and don't give up.